What's going on, Edmond? Craig Kiriokos here with another monthly market update. I want to run through what's going on in the real estate market right now, not only from the statistics and what we're seeing in our local MLS, but we'll also talk a little bit about what's happening with interest rates and buyer demand nationwide. First, let's talk hyperlocal. So, here in Edmond, median sales price for the month of March was all the way up to $338,000. That's the median. What's wild though is if you look at the average, it's almost 402,000, which is just wild to me. In March, we had 467 new listings and we had 319 closed sales. What that tells me is there's still a ton of homes being bought and sold every single day in the city of Edmond. So I hear a lot of people say, man, I want to sell right now, but where do I go? There's nothing for sale. That is absolutely not true. Couldn't be further from the truth. There are so many homes for sale that pop up every single day. The issue is that they turn over very, very quickly. And that is a symptom of the buyer demand that's out there right now. So we're going to talk a little bit more about that here in just a minute, but check this out. Average days on market right now is three days on market to sell a house. If you look at this time last year, it was 4 days on market. So you can see the demand is even higher than it was this time last year. Now, here's another interesting number. This is price per foot or price per square foot. Right now, the median price per square foot in Edmond in single family homes is $162. Now, you can do the math on whatever your home is. And of course, that number is going to vary based on the neighborhood, the type of home, the age of home, whether or not it needs updating, so on and so forth. If you are thinking about selling and you're looking to get some prices or find out roughly what your home would be worth, go ahead and give me a shout. I'm more than happy to help. I take a very low pressure or no pressure stance to sales. I'm here for people. My tagline is relationships over transactions. So you let me know how I can help and I'll be there for you. But let's check this out. So one more thing I want to show you. This is shows to pending. This is another indicator of the demand that's out there right now. For the month of March, the average shows or showings to a contract was 13. That means in those 3 days, we're getting on average 13 different buyers or different buyer parties, families through the door looking at the house. And you've probably got 70% of those people that are writing offers. So now here's another thing. I found out with the properties that I've listed, it's not always about the price. You've got so many people that are coming in with over ask prices, $10, $20, $30,000 over asking. It's not always about the asking price. Some sellers are more concerned with the terms than they are with the price. And I saw evidence of that in a home that I recently sold. It's actually here in Guthrie. But I got 2 offers on the same day. We hadn't even listed the house. So this was before it even hit the MLS. We get 2 offers. One's for $260, one's for $270, and there are some different terms. The sellers ended up deciding to, scrap that extra $10,000. They went with the $260,000 offer because it gave them better terms. One of the things that I found is very important for sellers right now is to have a place to stay for a little while after the home is under contract and sold. So what I've been writing into my offers when I'm working with buyers is a seller holdback or a contingency essentially for the seller saying, hey, we're going to give you, 30, 45, 60 days in the home after we close so that you've got time to get your affairs sorted out and find a place to live. So there are definitely ways to get offers accepted creatively without going $10, $20, $30,000 over asking. We just have to sit down, find out what's important for you, what's important for the sellers, and then go to work meeting everyone's needs. So, guys, that's a little bit about what's going on in the Edmond market, but check this out. Rising interest rates are definitely a thing. So the Fed has been quietly raising rates since December. The national average back in December was 3.11. Today, it's over 5%. Now, you might not think that's a huge difference, but guys, going from 3.1 to almost 5.25 equates to, on a $250,000 house, about $250 per month in additional cost for a buyer. Now, let's be real, there are some people that are going to be pushed out of the market because of that. and rates will continue to rise through the rest of this year. Now, I don't think we're in a bubble right now, and I don't think the bubble is about to burst if we were in one. We still have a lot of buyer demand, and this market is being pushed, and the prices are being pushed by the buyer demand. These houses, we're selling more houses now than ever before. The difference is that they're turning over a lot faster as well. Instead of being on the market for 20, 25 days, 30 days, they're turning over in 3, which is just incredible. So it's not a lack of inventory, it is an excess of demand. Now, that demand I don't think is going to be quelled too much with rising interest rates, but like I said, there's some people that simply won't be able to afford the homes that they wanted, and so they'll be forced to sit out or sit on the sidelines, or continue shopping and hoping that they get the right house at the right price. That being said, there are still going to be plenty of buyers in the marketplace. And if anything, this is going to help restore a healthy balance to the housing market. I don't think we're going to be as affected here as we would, or as they would in some other markets like in Los Angeles, Dallas, Florida, some of those other very, high performing markets where they've seen 20, 25, 30% increase in sales price, which is just bananas. So guys, I hope you found some value in this. I hope this, helps you in some way. If you've been thinking about buying or selling and you have questions, I'd love to talk with you. And, I never charge for my time. I charge for my service. But guys, listen, when you hire an agent, you're not paying for a product. You're paying for the service and the experience. And what I do is really try and approach things from a different way, a different angle, if you will. I'm not a sales guy. I'm here to help understand what your problems are and, sit down and think creatively about how we can solve those problems and get you from A to Z. So if you have questions, feel free to reach out. I'm happy to help in any way that I can. And if you guys haven't already, you should check out, I'll put a link in the description below or in the comments below for my podcast. It's the Kiriokos podcast. It's available on YouTube and Spotify. The idea there is to have interesting conversations with interesting people, and we try and throw a little real estate talk in there. So if that's something you're interested in, check it out. I'd be happy to have you, happy to, share that with you. And again, I hope you find some value in that. So, all right, guys. Well, thanks so much. Again, I appreciate it, and we'll catch you on the next one. See ya.